This is the Keke The D.O.N podcast. I'm your host, Keke The D.O.N. It's hot cocoa season, so make sure you drink a cup a day. So we so we have some new guests. We have the boy Malachi, who has been the usual member of our panel. We have a new guest, not new, but new to the pod, the boy Zay.
Walkie Slush. What's up, y'all?
Let them bleed, don't bleed. Let them bleed.
We
That
have
bag
our
bleeding.
co-host. We have our co-host for this episode, who'll be helping me, Brother Zeus, Corpse Demon.
Peace.
Big.
And we have our recorder / our producer, Warwolf Legacy.
Up. I
And
should
today
talk
we're
to
gonna
my fucking Xbox account, asshole.
they're not gonna know.
They do.
Only the three other niggas that have Xbox knows, but not the rest of the world.
Xbox, get a PC.
PlayStation,
nigga.
folks.
Get a PC.
Okay, we'll get it. Okay, I'll get a PC. Fuck.
$5,000 spare change.
Spare change.
Spare
Spare
PC, man.
change.
Okay. But yes,
Y'all ain't looking at it right.
in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the late great Madvillainy and Meth. And as Thursday, well, not Thursday, as Tuesday was Halloween, and that is now considered Doomsday. So
Should've
gentlemen,
always been
what was?
Doomsday. That's a thing?
Yes. Apparently,
First
that's a
time hearing
thing.
that.
Yes, apparently, like that's like legit a thing now.
Doomsday.
Yes.
Sounds cooler. Halloween.
Gentlemen, what was? So, I guess my question is for y'all is, what was y'all's first experience like listening to Doom? How did y'all even figure out about Doom?
You?
Well, thank you. I'll take credit for that. Yes.
Adult Swim.
Real.
Okay.
That's
Facts.
that's fire. My first introduction with Doom actually wasn't even technically a Doom project. It was high school. I want to say senior year. One of these kids in band, drummer Shane. He's like, "Yo, you should listen to King Ghidorah," and I'm like, "What's that?" And he goes, "It's this rap album." I'm like, "Isn't King Ghidorah the nigga from Godzilla?" And he goes, "Yeah," but he's like, "It's a different. He does different names and all this and that." And I'm like, okay. I started listening to it. And I'm like, this guy's weird. And then I started listening to his other shit and realized that I had Operation Doomsday already downloaded on my I think it was Spotify at the time. And I'm like, oh shit, this is the same guy. And I just went down the Doom rabbit hole, I guess you could say, where just listening to every alt alias that he fucking had and all that shit. Yeah, my introduction was take me to your leader, King Ghidorah.
That's a pretty interesting.
Yeah, if you don't know Doom, like, it's
That's
probably
a very
a good album to start with, but you're probably like, oh, you don't even realize Doom has fucking 50 different aliases.
Yeah, that's a very interesting album to start with. So for me, it was like two different times. So obviously it was like how it was with Core with Adult Swim, but for me, so I was listening to Summer Nights. I was listening to Death of YOLO, and because that tape, yes.
Okay.
So that tape, because Spotify doesn't have like the full tape on there. It only has like a couple of songs on there. So I was listening to that, and he would always like MF Doom will always pop on my recommended, and it would always be Doomsday, like the song. And I always be curious. I would always be curious on it. I'd be like, So one day I just said fuck it. I just said fuck it and clicked on it. I clicked on it and I heard Doomsday, and I was all like, see the way the video, because I guess it was like a fan made video, and the way that they edited it out and stuff, like to me gave off the impression of like Doom was like a local or like indie artist, but wasn't necessarily bad. So I just kind of didn't. So I just kind of like left it alone at that point, and then eventually, so Hip Hop Complex had this video, and it was called it was something involving Doom. I think it was called like the I forgot what it's called, but it's like the abstinence of a Doom fan or something like that. And I watched the whole video, and it started off with all caps, all caps accordion, and those. I'm like, hey, yeah. And then when it got to Victor Vaughn, Let Me Watch, that hooked me. Like that got me hooked. So then I went listened to that song, and then Questionings from Operation Doomsday came up on my recommended, and I just watched that, and I pretty much did a Malachi and just went down the MF Doom rabbit hole at that point, and it was a wrap.
That's probably my favorite Operation Doomsday song too.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one that I played over and over, and like I remember. I'm not trying to cut people off, but I remember when I first listened to Operation Doomsday, and I got to that song, and mind you, this was like 6-7 years ago. I'm like, oh, this song's so fire. I played it over and over. I just recently listened to it again, funnily enough that we're talking about Doom now, but like probably a month ago, and I still remember the words after not hearing it or listening to it for like 5 years. And I'm just like, yeah, I forgot how fire this song was.
I got kind of spoiled when I listened to Operation Doomsday because finally I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to his first album, listen to Operation Doomsday.
Yeah.
And so I guess the way the person on YouTube uploaded it, he uploaded it in the wrong order. So it didn't start with Operation Doomsday. It started with Gas Draws, and that spoiled the shit out of me. Yes, it spoiled the shit out of me, bro.
I'd have been bad as fuck.
I was like, what? I was like, oh my god, like this song is so fucking great, like Jesus Christ, and it spoiled the shit out of me to the point where I damn near didn't want to listen to the rest of the album because that song was so fucking good. But then I was like, nah, I gotta listen to it. If he making stuff like this, then the rest of the album must be pretty good, bro. And then I just listened to it, and then the next day I listened to Food, and then Madvillainy, and then then I listened to Victor Vaughn and Take Me to Your Leader, and eventually I just went down like I said, I pretty much went down the MF Doom rabbit hole.
Great rabbit hole. Better than most out there.
No, big fact.
What about Corbin Zay? I know Zay's is kind of recent. I guess comparatively, right?
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty.
That's when I actually started listening to him too. So I mean, I guess me and you are pretty recent.
Yeah. What were you saying, Mal?
I just remember you trying to tell me about him, and I'm like, yeah, I already know who that is.
But for me, what is it? So I got introduced to Doom. I mean, same age range as Malachi, just obviously 2 years after him. What is it? But actually, friend of mine, Jerry, he told me about
Jerry.
him. Yeah, he's like, yo, bro, you should listen to this dude. Like, you would like him. MF Doom, and he showed me Czarface meets Metalface, the first album that they did together. And I was listening to that. I'm like, this is I don't know, like this was before I was listening to like that kind of rap, like that style of rap, that like underground, industrial, like lo-fi type shit. Like this was way before I was listening to like Migo. Like I was still in my trap shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was so foreign to me that I was like, I don't know. But then like as the year progressed, like I started to get more and more into that style of rap. Like I started getting more into like the Wu-Tang and like more into Kanye and like Common, like those kind of artists, and just like more conscious rap as a whole. And then I think it was like late junior year, my late junior year, I think going into my senior year, that's when I was like, Doom, like, all right, like, yeah, let me get into Doom. And I think the first one was I think I started off with Madvillainy, which everyone tells me that's like the worst start you could go like choose.
Yeah, it's a hit or miss for most people. I can see.
And then honestly, like at first it kind of was.
What you said was a hit or miss for most people?
Madvillainy. Like if you don't know Doom or Madlib, like it's a 50-50 chance if you're gonna like it or not because it's so
Yeah,
out there and for the right reasons, you know, like the niggas was
yeah,
high as
everyone was.
fuck.
They was on him, yeah. But everyone tells me they're like, dude, that's like the worst choice you could have made. And I'm like, bro, I didn't know. Like, I said, fuck it, let me just start with something.
Right.
And obviously, I think it's his most popular, obviously. So I was
Yeah,
like, yeah,
especially now.
let me go with that. Like, let me go with that, right? And at first, I feel like this was with pretty much every album that I end up loving. It was kind of like slow for me at first. So I'm like, all right, like it's dope, but I don't really see it. I think for a while, my favorite track was definitely Accordion. Obviously,
Yeah,
like
everybody's.
like I can play that shit now, and I'm like, yo, I just like chills. I still get chills down my
That's
spine, all
that's
down
like
my
a
arms and
great
stuff.
track for me, but I don't. That's not my favorite track off of Madvillainy.
It's crazy because it's not even my favorite either. But if I were to play it right now, I'm like, yo, like you can't tell me this isn't the greatest fucking song ever, bro.
Right.
Oh no, like definitely, like it's just not my favorite. Like it's like my
Nah, I
favorite.
feel you.
So I don't know. I go back and forth between what's my favorite song. So for me, it's like it's like a 4-way tie. It's always between like Raid and
My
Fancy Clown
my
and
fucking nigga,
and
lifesaver.
Operation Lifesaver and Rob Stewart Cowboy. It's always between those four.
You're honestly the realest nigga alive for saying raid. Oh
That's
my god,
that's one of
Raid is just Raid is
dude.
just beautiful, bro. Just the way the piano and stuff, and just how he started off,
How
like
do how
he and
do
preach non-violence,
violence?
like
Facts.
okay. What about Corb?
Oh yeah, those swim. All right. Yeah, Doom, man. He came into my life when I was just watching heavy, like Adult Swim, like Robot Chicken and Harvey, Harvey Bird, the Birdman Show.
oh,
Like
you
just
talking
hella.
about that lawyer dude? He was in a bird
Eternity
costume.
at law.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, well,
yeah, and then Boondocks, obviously, of course, and so uh but in between the commercials, it would be the commercials where like a lot of his beats and Madlib's beats would be played. Like that's the
yeah.
first time like Adult Swim introduced me to Madlib. Watched it was an interview that they played. It was like a little short interview they played between the interval like commercial.
Mm-hmm.
And so fast forward, I'm watching like in real time live, I'm watching the Boondocks episode, the Huey Freeman Christmas. And so I'm watching it, and then like the interval come in and shit, and then it's Doom in his Christmas shit. Y'all probably seen the Christmas commercial with Doom, Adult Swim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was that one. And that was my first time seeing the mask and everything. But like, you know what I'm saying? I've heard story from like many other niggas that like they got spooked by his appearance or like they got like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? But me, instantly, I thought that shit was cold just cause,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like me,
saying?
I love that shit because I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
like for me,
this look
for
like
me,
old dirty Santa Claus. You feel me?
for me, I think what drew me to liking Doom was because like not only did he look like a comic book character to me, and like he would make so many comic book references. He would sample a lot of like superhero cartoon shows, and it's like he made his own like little world of cast and characters, and that just to me, as like a comic book fan, like to me that just like that's just like for me, like that's why like Doom will always like he will always hold like a very special place in my heart. Like for me,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like
He's a
first Doom
nerd.
album the first Doom album I got put onto was Vaudeville Villain.
Oh,
Mm.
And the first Doom song I ever heard was "Can I Watch?"
Okay.
Honey B.
Okay. Okay. Lovely track. Lovely track. That. I mean, as I said, that was the track that made me like, nah, I gotta check this dude out because if he making music like this, it's kind of hidden.
Yeah, bro, like all that shit used to play late night during the intervals on Adult Swim, yo. Like it was hidden treasure, literally, like right there. If niggas was there, it was right there. If niggas was there, and they played like the little snippet instrumental of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I'm only like fucking 6 or 7 at this time, and I'm fucking with this beat. You smell me? And so that's like I wanted to hear the whole like rest of that shit, and then sooner or later, still on Adult Swim, they ended up showcasing like more of the joint, if not all of it. But and then yes sir.
That's what's so special about Doom that people forget. Like, well, if you know, like, type shit, like if you fuck with Doom and you know, but like he was just like himself. Like even
Yeah.
behind the mask, like you can just tell he was just this goofy dude that liked to rap, make beats, and do stupid shit on Adult Swim. Like that's literally like.
I mean, he broke it down thoroughly for niggas like who always wanted to wonder why he wore the mask and why, you know what I'm saying, he wore it every time out in public. And I feel like his response was simply beautiful.
So I don't really know if y'all listen to this dude, but Doom is actually how I found out about one of my other favorite rappers called Bishop Naru. They have a collab tape, and
he mad lucky to this day.
I know big fucking facts.
I just want to put that out there.
And on his first tape, before he even got
that ain't
with
no
Doom,
shade or nothing. He just lucky.
He uses that interview where Doom even talks about wearing the mask. He's like, well, it's the mask is just a testament to it don't matter like who's spitting or whatnot, just as long as the beats is raw and the lyrics is raw, like that's all that matters.
Right. And that's what he pushed, man. Like, and even if he meant to do it or not, like it's evident that that's what happened. Like, no matter who, if when he had the mic, you know, he was gonna go crazy. You know, if he's on the fucking turntables, if he's on the, whatever, he's gonna show you who Dumal is, bro, without having to show you who he is. You know what I mean?
Facts. And just the fact that he was able to do that at like an underground level, like if he would have actually like kind of gone into the mainstream like more, like oh man, it would have been very interesting.
I don't know. They say he not for the ladies. I disagree, but yeah.
I think he did what he wanted to do. Obviously never met him, never will. But like, I think he achieved what he wanted to do, especially early on in his career when he wasn't Doom, when he was rapping with his brother. And then what happened to his, then after what happened to his brother, he took the hiatus and all that. But like, it just got to the point where it was like, I love music so much, I can't stay away from it. I'm just gonna make music, and it just works. You know what I mean? And for people like us who are, I would say we're underground in terms of music, in terms of podcasting and all that stuff. Like, it gives people like that like an understanding of like, oh, I can do what I love to do and still be successful and be happy in my life doing what I do. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
Doom now, even after his, parting, like he's just a symbol of being unapologetically yourself, but also being a good person and just loving and living your life. And it's like, if that's what he meant to do, then that nigga's the greatest, bro. Like, it's crazy.
no facts, big facts, bro. Like,
bro, he's a symbol of simplicity. I feel
Right.
like he's a true representation of that. Like keeping it simple, yo, and cherishing the small things and simple things in life. Because like he really did not care too much to put a face to the music. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? He just
Right.
wanted he just wanted people to find the feeling through the music. You know what I'm saying? And that's why whenever you hear his music, his persona comes alive. You know what I'm saying? Whether you hear a beat or whether you hear the beat with his lyrics on it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you gonna know his doom one way or another. You feel me? And so
Right.
yeah.
Another thing that's like so special about it is like I feel like everybody has like a certain funny, not funny, but like sort of like a strange story of how they come upon Doom. Like people will be like, "Oh, like when did you find out about that artist?" "Oh, I heard him on the radio." Blah blah blah. But like someone has to either show you Doom or you have to find Doom. Like you're not just gonna stumble
Yeah.
upon. You know what I mean? Like you got to go digging, and at the level of popularity that he was, even in the underground, for him to be still so unknown but so popular, like the weird fucking oxymoronic thing that he was, like everybody has that story where it's like, oh, I saw him on Adult Swim, and I'm like, let me get into this guy, or my friend, my weird friend told me about him, and I didn't like it at first, but I ended up loving it later on, and it's just
And
like,
it's funny that you say that, Malachi, because I remember Core one time in the PlayStation party. We were talking with one of our friends, Gmo, and me and you were talking about MF Doom, and he was actually curious on the dude. And I remember I broke it down to him like this. I said, "So Doom is gonna be like this. He's either going to be somebody that you like you're gonna instantly love Doom. Or you're going to not like him at first, and then as time goes on, you're going to like him, or you're just not gonna like him. Period. Like this, it's literally those three things.
Yeah, that's truly what he is, bro. You either gonna like him or you're not. Like once it going back to it, I mean, again, it's that simple. And he made it just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna resonate with people. It's gonna not resonate with people. Balance.
It is gonna bounce.
No facts. Like I just remember I remember when like this is when I was still like just still learning about Doom and stuff. I remember I would show like Wolf and our other friend Purple Coast in the party. I would just show them songs and instrumentals and stuff by him, bro. I was like, y'all, like he just like this dude, he just so like because to me Doom was just so he was just so different from like your typical rapper, from his unpredictable lyrics to his beats, like and that just for me, I hadn't really seen anybody like that, like at least from my perspective, I hadn't really seen any rapper MC really do something like that.
No, bro. I feel like there won't ever be another Doom. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, just because his impact and the the touch that he put on his fans and just like his fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like an atmosphere like that can't ever like be created by like another variation of him. You know what I'm saying? What what can happen and what has been happening is, of course, you see the influence,
yeah,
like the influences that he's
Yeah,
left behind. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
Earl.
mean there was
You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you can name a few.
yeah, there's like Earl, Tyler, well, early Tyler, um, shoot, Joey. I know
Lottie.
we already talked about Bishop, like especially him, like even to this day, like he just recently, like he dropped a project, I think a week after Drake dropped his, and
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna hold you, that project been kind of on repeat, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Drake is heavily influenced by MF Doom.
Yeah, yeah,
we got that.
maybe
We
not.
got Playboy Cardi referencing
Yeah,
him, like
mm-hmm.
like he stretches beyond. He stretches beyond so much farther than what you would think he would. Like,
Good job. Yeah.
like same genre, of course, but like, two vastly different sounding, subgenres, and it's
And
like,
fan bases of
right, you know what I'm saying, and like,
like the average Playboy Cardi fan is probably not going to be listening to MF Doom and the average MF Doom fan is most likely not going to be listening to Playboy Cardi. Like there are
Right.
two different spectrums of rap.
Nah,
So the
and it's
fact,
really,
like the
really
fact that
sad.
even Cardi even if Cardi's never listened to MF Doom a day in his life, just the
I think
fact
he even knows him and
yeah, the
references him.
fact that he's referenced him and he's on a completely different spectrum of
Right.
rap. Like Malachi said, obviously Playboy Cardi didn't start on the side of rap that he's on now. Early on, he was definitely rapping. You know what I mean? Like his
Right.
early original shit. But like
Yeah.
now he's on a completely different wave of music and of rap, and it's like there was clearly a point where Playboy Cardi was referenced or influenced and clearly loved MF Doom.
Right.
If even 7, 8 years into his prolific rap career, he's referencing MF Doom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you have that meme. I know this is somewhat like a meme, but like at this point, like, but you have that thing where they used to say he's your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I was really about to say that.
The best MC with no chain you ever heard.
Like, if you could, if there's anybody, and I might ruffle some feathers here, other than like Jay-Z, like
yeah,
MF Doom is your rapper, is your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Real talk.
Like,
no,
and
that's fair.
not even just rapping, bro. Producing too. Like that.
Yeah,
One of the best producers you'll ever hear in your life, dude. It's
Yeah,
nuts.
his sound, that shit is, he pioneered that. He pioneered.
like I have, but like I like listening to his production so much that I searched for like 6 months straight
Yo,
to find that Special Hers box set,
did
and I
not
got it.
Did y'all peep that recent story that just got put out with him and Nas having a freestyle session?
Mm-mm.
We so for the his anniversary that just passed, somebody in his clique had decided to drop a gem about how him and Nas had linked up, and they had he said they had a freestyle session because Nas walked in and he had beats on the Special Herbs tape playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said Nas fucked up with him so hard he just started freestyling, and the shit turned into them freestyling over many of his beats for 4 hours.
That's crazy, nigga. That's
And
crazy.
that's so crazy, and that warms my heart because like
He said they didn't record nothing. They just freestyled that whole session over hella of his beats.
It was just a
I
moment, bro.
mean, yeah, like they didn't even have to record it. Just the fact that you have Nas and Doom in the same room, like the fact that you have those two in the same room and they were really freestyling, like to me that's just great because a lot because Doom before he was Doom when he was Level X, like he knew a lot of like those rap stars back in the day. Like there's pictures of him with Easy,
Oh yeah.
Tupac.
Like, bro, like, yeah. Like he was saying, bro, he's like, Nas is my man. And then he went on to say how he said he even got him to come to a pool party, one of his pool parties. Like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah,
Like, 'cause
yeah.
at that point, for him, I felt like it was just the music that he made already got him to where he needed to be. Like, not saying that he didn't want a feature with Nas, but it's like I felt like it was at that point where it's like I don't need a feature with Nas. Like I'm just making I make my music. He
He
makes his
don't.
music, and we can just be friends. Like there's no, there's no like weird not ulterior motive, that's too negative, but like there's no just let's just hang out. We're people. Let's just be friends. This is rap. I got a bunch of
Yeah,
people.
bro.
Like we don't have to. We could just chill, which is like
Like, yeah.
so fire, nigga.
We don't gotta get. We don't
Blunt
gotta give.
and freestyle.
We don't
Smoke
gotta give.
blunts and freestyle. Like that's
Yeah,
definitely
we don't gotta give. We don't gotta give 100% of the world is gonna expect. Oh, they linked up together. Drop that album.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Like, nah, bro. Can't two niggas just link up and chill and just shoot the shit and just play some beats, freestyle? Like,
I think that just because
Not like
that just unfortunately is like, I don't want to say stereotype, but like I guess that's the word I'm looking for. That's just the stereotype when they feel like two like great MCs
I'm
are
sure that shit
together.
goes
Like,
on a lot
oh
more than we think.
Oh, for sure.
yeah,
I would assume
most
so.
definitely, for sure, for sure.
For real. I'm sure it do. And I'm sure it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, FOMO material. Shit.
It's just like, I mean, we're not even talking about his music at this point, but like like we said, like his impact stretches so far beyond. Bro, even it, not even just, and obviously Hannibal Buress, he was on Adult Swim too. But like the whole Doom poster stuff that he was doing with just
Hmm.
random famous people dressing up in a Doom masks.
At the shows, yeah.
So it's just like,
Like,
oh,
His Doom
these are
bot.
official
Doom, or
shows.
like,
Niggas is getting booked and paid for.
And he's trolling, bro.
Is
like
But
cuz
y'all,
supposed to collect? Is cuz supposed to collect this check for him? Like,
so like do y'all, because over the years when he used to do that, people used to get kind of pissed. Do y'all like from y'all's perspective? Do y'all think like they're justified, or do y'all think like nah, like that's like, if Doom, like this is something he would do?
I mean, if you're going to a Doom show, expect like there's no reason you shouldn't expect some trolling. Like, I'm sorry, if you're
for
truly
Yeah,
real talk.
if you're truly a Doom fan, like just know that it's a possibility.
always
Real
used to say
talk,
with
man.
Doom. If I always used to say with Doom, because if I would have actually got to see Doom, I would have always said like, I'm gonna come in here expecting the unexpected, because I know he's probably gonna have. I know this is legit. Probably not gonna be the real Doom. It's probably gonna be a Doom bot. But
I think
if
his
it is,
rhythm
it
roulette
is. Like
episode is an imposter.
what you said.
He has a rhythm roulette episode, and I think that's an imposter.
Mm.
That's funny.
Check that out for those who ain't seen it yet.
That nigga, I think it's just, bro. It's like I said, bro. That nigga was just being him. Like you gotta imagine, right? Like that's like for us, right, dude? That's like if fucking Taylor Swift sold out a fucking stadium of millions of people and just was like, okay, here's fucking Avril Lavigne or something performing my stuff. Like what the fuck, bro? Like that's so
Bro,
crazy. But that's a part
that's
of it. You pay. That's what you
that's
pay for. It's like, oh, I could get fucked right now. Like, but like, who cares? It's Doom. Like that's what I expect.
check this out.
The fan base is crazy.
You brought up Jay-Z earlier. Like
Mid.
if Doom were to like lively still be here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And hypothetically he was to drop a surprise show, say at Webster Hall, compare an equivalent to when Jay-Z did his surprise B-sides at
Mhm.
Webster Hall. It would have packed that shit out just like it packed out the B-side show.
Facts.
Oh yeah, especially like at the time, because at the like I'll say like around the time he dropped like Scarface, not Scarface, Seizure Face, and
Scarface.
yeah, my okay, that's how you pronounce it,
Yeah.
Scarface.
Czarface.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Around the time Czarface dropped, like that's when I really started to notice like Doom was getting like some like mainstream appeal. So I definitely see where you're going with that, Corey. Like I like he definitely could have.
Yeah,
I think
bro.
TikTok also increased that popularity for his music as
Like with
And
well.
the
I
memes.
was just about to
Memes,
say,
bro.
bro.
Bro,
Hold on. I was just about to say, bro. The influence is live right now from in Pink Panthers.
Mm.
Like she don't give no D's to what her real name is. What her name is what her name is.
But going back to the meme thing, like, bro, the amount of times I hear fucking beef rap, the amount of times I hear that
rap
fucking
just
beat.
finishes.
Rap
No,
sketches, bro.
so
Beef rap.
That
there's this
motherfucking
Beer.
dude.
guitar riff is everywhere.
Yes, I was about to say that. There, I don't know.
Bro,
I
one
know
beer every
Corb
shorty
follows
favorite song.
Corb. I know you follow him on Instagram. It's like below the hip hop, and they always post like an MF Doom me, and it's always this is MF Doom, and then it's always with the one beat instrumental, bro.
Bro, it's
Me
so
and Doc,
funny, bro.
Yeah.
yes, me and Docs have this thing where I send that to Docs every single time. Every time I see that meme, I send it to Docs because that's Docs' favorite MF Doom song.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
The last one I saw was like it was like a Yoshi commercial, a Yoshi
Yeah.
game commercial. this is MF Doom, and it's just a
Yo,
commercial with fucking one beer playing in the background, and I'm like, what the fuck
Last
is
one I
going
seen.
on, bro?
Last one I seen is niggas mocking his rhyme scheme, bro. Like once more, I'm like, hey, bro,
Bro, it like,
niggas is bugging.
and you know what's crazy too? He would love that. If he's like, I feel like he would love that so much. Just like niggas like
Oh
doing
yeah,
these.
that'd be fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that'd be
perfect,
fuel.
bro. He would end up using the fucking Yoshi commercial in one of his songs. But
Like no, yeah,
um,
no.
does everybody have a? I'm sure everybody has a favorite album, favorite Doom album. What what do we think?
I mean,
um,
easily it's Madvillainy for me, man. I mean, that's.
yeah,
I wish I could have been at that studio session. If time travel were to exist, that's where I
Mm-hmm.
would be.
You wouldn't
no cap.
remember it, bro. You be zooted, zooted.
Bro,
No cap.
shrooms, weed, coke, all that made off.
You be done, bro. You.
I ain't on. Not that I'm advising I'll be on anything other past weed. No, greens only. Shrooms might be considerable, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, nah, just but all that shit that they took to make that, hey, take all that, indulge in all that.
That's
Listen,
that's funny because
listen to Madvillainy in Operation Doomsday the most. Like, but I think, but I think it's like a tie. It's between uh Doom and Danger Mouse and Food for me.
Real.
oh nigga,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No, I love Danger Zone.
My favorite is Danger Doom, for sure. And I'm gonna give some reasons why. I think, and this is nothing against Madlib, nothing against Doom's own production, but I just think Danger Mouse went fucking crazy off the production for that album,
No,
and
he definitely did.
Nah, for
and
real.
it's 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 a weird kind of conceptual album in the sense that it's just Adult Swim characters all throughout it and shit. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I just like it so much because of that, and the rhyming is it's on point, bro. You got a great CeeLo Green feature on there too. I think
Ghostface.
Khaled Fawley's on there too.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
Ghostface, like, bro,
Like, I
banger,
love Perfect Hair. Like, Perfect Hair is just like
fire.
that's the top. That's
Miss
the
me.
top tier Doom song for me.
The
Fire.
little
I would
Jack.
Like that and Crosshairs. Those are like my like.
Yep.
Those
Yep.
are at least in my top 10 Doom songs.
I'd probably say Madvillainy second though. Um, that one has a lot of good features too, and that
I
has one of
think Rhinestone Cowboy. I think that's a top 3 Doom song. That's a top 2 Madlib beat.
yeah.
Like that. And then the music video is even better.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
then Hardcore Hustle, like Wow Child
ooh,
went the
watch
fuck
out!
off.
My nigga.
Ooh.
Like
Well, what about you, Zay? I think I already know your answer though.
Favorite or best?
Favorite.
Favorite. Food as of late has been my
I knew you were gonna say that, but
my
bro,
shit.
I'm,
Nigga asks can I
It's-
answer and then cuts me off, bro. What kind
no,
of
no,
shit is
well, I just wanted to say, I just
bro?
wanted to say, no, I just wanted to say, I don't think about music objectively anymore. It's only off of what I feel like the person wants. You know what I mean? So, but like, no, food's good. Go ahead.
Nigga, I don't even know what that was supposed to mean. But
I'm saying I don't talk about I don't want to talk about music objectively anymore. You know what I mean? Like
oh,
I want to talk about what I enjoy, or even if I don't enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like you can't think of art objectively. Like realistically, you can't. Everything has to be your opinion, like
Thi-
your opinion,
thi-
how you feel about it. You know what I mean?
this is off topic, but I never really. What do y'all like? What do you mean when you say objectively? Like I never really understood what that meant when people said like, "Oh, objectively this is good. Objectively this is bad."
Objectively is essentially putting what you feel to the side and more of what a mass majority would agree with. So like objectively,
being
Consensus.
you can
politically
say
correct.
right. Objectively,
Okay.
you can say, "Oh, Madvillainy is the best project," but subjectively, what's your favorite Doom project? You know what I mean? So subjective is really just more how you feel rather than
Yeah, I go all off
if you.
personal experience, feeling all that, bro. That's why I say favorite. I can't ever tell you what the best is because that can
Right.
be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can only tell you what my favorite is, just off personal feeling.
Yeah. So like objectiveness is just you're not really putting your own personal feelings behind it. It's just you know whatever, not what everybody else would say, but more or less just you know not really like I said putting your feelings behind it. But um yeah, I just try not to think about art objectively anymore. It's you really can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, Isaiah, food.
uh,
I can't fault you for saying "Improve" because that's a really good album to me. Like,
I'm on the same boat. And that's how Keke introduced me. Was
I
it?
mean,
It
we
was
being
one beer.
technical. If we being technical, that can be interchangeable with Madvillainy as the poster album.
yeah,
I think the artwork for food is definitely better, in my opinion. But I mean, Madvillainy is fucking classic. Like I feel like when you think of Doom, you see that album cover.
yeah. And yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, because when I introduced y'all to Doom Wolf, that was the album that I was like spinning. That was like if it had been like if I had introduced y'all like when I first started listening to it, then you'd probably be saying it'd be Operation Doomsday. But I heard
I mean, bro,
Food, I just that
the nigga that was
Food
the nigga that
had me in a chokehold for a really long time before I actually sat and listened to Mad Villain.
the nigga that put me on MV, bro. He didn't put me on the way that you would normally think, cause he actually was saying he brought somehow that shit got brought up, and then he just started shitting on it about he called it the most overrated hip hop album of all time. And so mind you, like I'm in my freshman sophomore year and shit. So yeah, he telling me this shit, and I'm like, and like I've only heard, and yet like I've only heard like I've heard bits and pieces from like Madvillainy, but like I haven't heard the album. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
uh so I'm like, man, oh yeah, he's calling it the most overrated hip hop album of all time. Cause at the time that's when Needle Drop was really like the shit. And so
Mm-hmm.
Santano and shit. And so he's like, this nigga, all this shit that this nigga said, giving this shit the rating that it is. He's like, this nigga just biting that shit. He just dick riding. Blah, 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 blah. And so I'm like, damn, bro, the fuck, what's wrong with this album? So of course I had to go listen to it. And then I'm like, hey, bro, you bugging. I'm like, that's the shit. But I learned right then and there, just off of that nigga's crazy ass rant. Like it is that album. When you first listen to it, it's right away gonna be a hit or a miss for you, like
Right.
niggas was discussing earlier. And so yeah, like you gonna like it right away or you not gonna like it right away. Like pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this because I love that album so much. It's gonna separate the men from the boys, the women from the girls. You know what I'm saying? For real, real talk.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in the same boat. When I first listened to Madvillainy, I don't get why people hype this up so much. And then I listened to it again and again and again, and I'm like, oh fuck, like this album is is amazing. Like, and again, it's not my favorite, but like in the sense of like a, I guess, quote unquote traditional like hip hop album, it's not, and it's purposefully weird,
Yeah.
especially because they're high as fuck while they're making it. But it's purposefully weird, and it gave you room to just fucking like just experience. It's not even a fuck. You don't listen to it. You fucking experience that shit. And
Yeah.
maybe someday when I don't care about being high or not being high, rather, maybe I'll get high as fuck and just listen to Madvillainy.
And then it's like I think for me it was
You gotta
like for
smoke a
me,
blunt to America's Most Blunted. You got to.
yes,
That's my
sir.
favorite song. Ironically
Like
enough, that's my favorite song.
like for me it was always like the fact that like I never like when I first listened to it, I tried to put myself in the shoe. I tried to like picture myself being in 2004, if that
Right.
makes sense what I'm saying. That's
No, yeah.
like, and I had to kind of think about what all music was kind of going on in
Nigga.
2004.
04 was just a lit ass year, period. You
Yeah,
got we got that. You got New Quintet. You got San Andreas. You got all that no
hmm
coming in 04. College dropout. Like, yeah, that shit was goated.
so I had to like put myself in those shoes, and then because I was all I was some like the thing that I felt like turned me off from Madvillainy, like why to like that because that was like the fourth project that I listened to from Doom overall, and I think the thing that turned me off about it was the fact that it really didn't have like a theme to it, if that makes sense,
Yeah, they
like an
just made
overall
raps.
overall theme. And I remember telling Malachi, I remember telling like the music group chat because I remember like we had like a discussion about like Illmatic and like Chief Keef or something like that. And then I remember telling Zach like, well, like I mean, I love Illmatic, but like for me, the reason why I don't often really listen to it like that is because that album doesn't really have a theme. Like it's almost like a collection. It's almost like a collection of songs, like a
It's a mixtape.
compilation, if that makes sense.
It's a mixtape. Illmatic's a
Yeah,
mixtape.
yeah, yeah. It's almost like a mixtape. But oh no, I mean it might as well
We
have
ain't
been
gonna
a
call him
mixtape.
be no mixtape now.
I
Oh,
mean, by definition, I mean it kind of is.
Cause it got some kind of backstory as to why it got made. Like at the point, it was at the like they even got the shit documented. Like
oh no,
it
like
was
I'm
it
not.
was at a
I'm
it was at a it was at a time where both of them was at their peak. Both of them was doing shit
yeah,
under their
yeah,
different
yeah, yeah,
aliases.
exactly. That's what I was getting ready to say. Like I think it's different from that ability because, like you just said, well, like
Madlib
they
just
were
did
both.
one with Dilla, and
hmm
now like I don't know. I guess it'd be different to be like a nigga living in that actual real time. You know what I'm saying? Like when if niggas was old enough, it would have been like so different. But like even now, like nah, I just think that's huge, bro. Like for real, substantial or not, just my opinion.
Right. But no, but I get it though. Like I think what, at least what I got out of what Kiki was saying, how he's putting himself in the year before, like nothing like that was being created, especially in hip hop. Like, let's not forget, like this is a pretty, at least then it's a pretty straightforward genre. You know what I mean? And so for for Doom and Madlib to make something like this so experimental and so weird and different. And like we said, these guys are at their peak at this point. Madlib's coming off the Dilla project. Doom's, he's already doing Adult Swim stuff. He's made his name. And at that point, he's already made 2 albums that year, I'm pretty sure. Um,
Yeah.
but like for them to just create something so vastly different than especially what the mainstream is going on, and especially with the underground, how the underground scene was going on, because at that time you had people like Sean Price, Boot Camp Click, Rock Marcy was there doing his thing. I'm pretty sure at that time Griselda, I mean they weren't Griselda, but West Side Gun had projects out. So like the hip hop underground was like, you know, straightforward, and that's not to malign it, but just straightforward, just straight up hip hop, But like we said, this album comes out and it's like, what the fuck am I listening to? And it takes a while for it to grow on you because of how different it is from what you're used to listening to hip hop,
Yeah,
underground or mainstream. So
yeah, yeah,
so when you put yourself at the top, when Kiki's putting himself there in '04, like it's like, oh shit, like this is literally a revolutionary project that kind of went unseen and unheard way longer than it needed to. Like realistically,
yeah,
which
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
is a testament to how Doom is as a person. Just like release it under a different name and whatever happens happens, which is very
Definitely.
very cool. Like it's just insane.
Did y'all know like when he was working with Adult Swim, he had like some tracks and stuff that he was making for them, and like it was supposed to be like a 13-track album, and like I think 5 of them got released, but the other 7 haven't.
Yeah,
For Adult Swim,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that.
yep, yep,
So
yep.
with us talking about Madvillainy, like, do y'all think, because I know they've said like they recorded enough material for a Madvillainy 2, but do y'all think they should honestly release that?
No,
Uh, Wait, they made a Madvillainy too?
yeah, they were. Yeah, He's in the middle of finalizing it right now.
Oh, I thought they already. I guess those were the 8-bit remixes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are verses from Madvillainy, but just on new beats.
Yeah. Um. I mean, why not, dude? I feel like if it's something that Doom would have wanted, like why
I
not?
mean, I'll be all for it because I'll be all for it regardless. Like if it comes out, it's just solely against the purpose of releasing. You know what I'm saying? Prometheus music. I don't like that shit. No
Yeah.
matter who the artist is, and so like, you know what I mean. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying.
I think
If it's good music, I'll accept it.
I
Well,
think if not my Mad, I think if Madlib like wasn't like involved in it, like this is just something that like his estate was trying to do, then yeah, I probably would be a little bit more upset. But if Madlib, since he's involved, like heavily involved in it, then I think I will give it a listen or two because I know just how important Doom was to him, like not just as a co-worker essentially, but as a friend. So
mhm.
Yeah, yeah, most best.
What's wrong with posthumous albums?
That's how you say it. I don't like just cause I feel like that music shouldn't get put out at all, especially when it's Tyler pretty much nailed it on the wall, bro. It's not up to them niggas to put together them features when you know what I'm saying you don't even know them, you never even met them. That's not how they vision would have been truly if they were to still be alive. You know what I'm saying? They just basically leaving the curation and the executive producer up to the next one up when it's like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas got 2 different brains for a reason, you know?
I guess
And
that's fair.
yeah, it's like niggas got 2 different brains for a reason. I feel
I,
like you can
I
come.
can get it from that perspective.
but what about like because there are some pretty good released posthumous albums that, honestly, in my opinion,
They are.
shape hip hop. Like
They
Big
they
Picture,
are.
that album's fucking crazy. Primo and
But
Big L.
but look, and then that goes right back to bringing up hit or miss.
Right.
It's risky business,
That's
honestly.
fair.
Yeah, it's risky
That's fair.
business.
But like with the chemistry that Madlib and Doom had, or at least I feel like they had, like could could you really be worried about what he's gonna do with the album? Like, I don't know. I feel like it can only be maybe not what people expect, but I feel like it can only be a good thing.
Yeah,
Well,
because I feel
well,
like because Matt Liv hasn't quote unquote fallen off to me as far as his production. So I think I don't know if it'll be able to top just with how influential and just how ever growing the popularity of Madvillainy has gotten over. I don't think it'll be able to top Madvillainy like the first one, but I
yeah.
do think it will just probably add on to like his overall legacy.
Right.
Put it this way, I feel like it's gonna be good music, and like I
Yeah.
said, if it's good music, I'm with it all the way. I feel like it is, and it will be good music. Um, it's just I have that feeling as if where whatever that is going to come out, you know what I'm saying? I'm always going to feel as if there's a possibility this could have been even better, sounded even much different if Doom's presence
Well,
was actually there.
you can say that even if the artist is alive. Like there are artists that we have today that we love that they make miss albums. Like it happens. So whether they're dead or alive, I feel like you can just say that about anything.
Yeah, you can. You
Like
can.
I don't know. Like
You can. I
like
agree
you
with
said,
that.
good if it's good music, it's good music. We gonna ride to it. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying though. Like the artist's vision is not there because they're no longer there. So it's kind of hard to sort of gauge.
I
Yeah,
just feel,
Even
because then
even
I honestly do just feel like it defeats that purpose for me. Like if that
yeah,
like
because them
if,
posthumous albums they really tricky in my opinion.
and look, like they don't gotta get put out.
yeah
Play them shits to yourself. Play them
yeah
shits to your peoples. Now, I mean, look, it's a free country. You can do as you will, do what you please. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, just in my personal opinion and perspective, like, if my homeboy, if I had great chemistry with my homeboy, you know what I'm saying, and God forbid something happened where he ain't here no more, you know what I'm saying? But we got like mass material, right?
right
We got like mass material. I'm gonna feel some way about putting this out, like, you know what I'm
yeah
saying? And like,
it's
I'm not at this point. I'm not speaking for other artists who do
right.
put the music out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm saying
And
like,
and
yeah,
that's again, that's a personal thing for you where it's like you said, God forbid if I'm gone, you know what I'm saying? We got all these songs out, and this is one of the last things that you have to to just remember who I was and remember what we had, and you want to cherish that totally makes sense as well. You know what I mean? And I totally get that. So some people aren't like that though, and of course when you get to
I
a bigger
understand it.
stage.
Hold on, let me say this. I
mm,
understand it. I understand it for all from a business aspect. I
right,
understand it for all reasons. You know what I'm saying? For all reasons, do what you got to do. But like, I mean, like y'all saying, right? Madvillainy, they just linked up and just made some shit together, right?
yeah,
So yeah, like if this the kind of material that we sitting on, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like I can live with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I can live with this shit not to be out because that's the purpose we did it for. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like it could have either went out or it could have never got put out. You know what I'm saying? Which in case Madlib, he has a bunch of how you say that word?
Posthumous.
Thank you. He has a whole lot of material like that where he ain't put out just off the respect. You know what I'm saying? For the estate and shit like that. Which I guess explains why like it's you know what I mean, it's slippery slope. Some
Yeah.
people cool with putting it out, some people not.
Well, that's the thing is, and as big as we know, or as much as we know Doom, there's certainly no, there's certainly no record label ties that he has. There's no,
Yeah,
or
I
at least
don't even know if they want his stuff out or not.
exactly, so it's
Yeah.
like someone like Michael Jackson, for instance, Kiki's favorite artist, someone like Michael Jackson, they release a posthumous album, whether you like it or not, whether the family agrees with it or not, it's because they own the masters to it, they own the rights to it, they can do whatever the fuck they want with an artist's voice after they pass away, or
Yeah.
an actor's appearance, if whatever. So it, but like someone like Doom, it's like, hey, it's a close friend, you know, who wants to, not just because you got to remember too, Madlib is a musician himself, and he's not just a like Kiki said, a coworker of Doom, but they're friends,
Nah, that's his bro. Yeah.
they're family. So
Yeah.
it's like I want to share this, not only because he's my friend, but also because I know the people that truly love him as an artist will listen to it and appreciate what it is because they love Doom that much. And
Yeah.
one of my favorite artists, Sean Price, anytime that I see a posthumous album get released, I'm on there. I'm in it. I like, because that's how much of a fan that certain people are, regardless of if the person's alive or not. So it's like, but again, like it all depends on estate and record label and all that shit. But at that point with Doom, it's just who was really doing it. He was an independent artist at that point.
Yeah, man. And it all just again, like if it's good, it's good. I
Right.
just know for the reasons that it'll be put out for, I mean, it's purposeless.
Right. Yeah. I guess that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe to you it
Yeah.
is, but
Yeah. For sure.
I'm just saying we have some good posthumous albums out there that I really enjoy. So, but I
No,
get
no
I get
doubt.
what you're saying.
It's good ones out there for sure. For sure.
Like 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 Escape. Escape is a pretty good posthumous album. I'm not gonna hold you.
Like I said, Big Picture, Big L. That's a great album. Um,
Is
again,
that would you consider that posthumous
I,
though? Because didn't he make that before he died?
yeah, but it was released after his death.
So okay, so technically
Because
speaking, like
they
just
have to
using
make it before they die.
well,
Because
no, I mean like do you consider life just use an example? So you consider Life After Death a posthumous album, even though like
was it
they had to
released?
release it?
Was it released after he died?
Yeah,
Then it's posthumous. Even if everything was created and envisioned the way that he wanted it to be envisioned, it's still a posthumous album. Because think about it
okay,
too, we might not have even gotten the final actual album that Biggie wanted, because at the
that's
time of his
great.
release he was gone. So we don't even know if that's how the album was supposed to be, if you really think about it.
I didn't think about it like that. That's crazy.
But yeah, and I mean, it's just yeah, anything released after someone's death is considered posthumous, whether they were, I mean, obviously they had to be alive to create it, but
Yeah,
I'm with it. I'm with it all with them being there to put all the songs together in the way that they wanted the track list to be and flow. And then once it becomes out of their hands, when they not here no more, and that shit gets put together, that's when it differs.
yeah.
well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I do appreciate you, Malachi and Zay.
Or
I know he dropped out a little
Yeah, I
bit
don't know
a
what
while
happened.
ago. I know he dropped out a little bit a while ago, but you can also tell him I said thank you.
Of course.
Corb, it's always a pleasure to have you on the pod. And
Always,
do y'all
family.
have any shameless plugs before we end?
Nope. Never.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Check out all my music, Corbin Stuman. You know what I'm saying? Check out Unspoken Ones. Check out
Thank
check
you.
out my boy Off Key. Check out my boy Off Key. You know what I'm saying? He just dropped some new fire. Check out my boy Rike. You know what I'm saying? Just simply by that name. And yeah, man, we all got shit out, and we all got shit that's soon coming out. So stay tuned.
Indeed.
Yes,
Indeed.
sir. Yes, sir. Peace.
Adios.
Peace.